Right now, there is a very real chance you are severely underutilizing the artificial intelligence sitting right on your desktop. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down an absolutely incredible masterclass from AI product builder Dan Martell, and we are going to completely transform what you thought you knew about the AI tool Claude. We're talking about going from writing simple, basic prompts to literally creating an automated digital twin that works for you while you step away from your keyboard.
Okay, let's dive into this because we really need to establish the core problem most of us face when we're interacting with AI. Dan Martell puts it perfectly, and I love this analogy. He says using Claude like a fancy Google search is exactly like buying a Ferrari and only driving at 10 kilometers an hour. It's this incredibly powerful engine, and honestly, most people are barely even tapping the gas pedal.
So, the goal of this explainer is massive paradigm shift. We are transforming your tool from a passive search box into a proactive, autonomous business asset. We want to move you away from just, asking trivia questions or getting quick definitions. Instead, we want to empower you to have a system that analyzes your business, builds apps, and executes multi-step workflows totally on its own. Now, going from zero to autonomous agent might sound a little overwhelming, especially with 16 different tools and hacks to cover here. But don't worry. We've structured this into a super clear 4-phase AI maturity model. We'll hit upgrading your engine, connecting your workspace, visualizing and creating apps, and then finally automating your entire workflow.
Let's kick things off right now with Phase 1, upgrading your AI engine.
So the absolutely crucial point here is that before we can automate anything, your foundation needs to be optimized, fast, and retaining all the knowledge you've already built up. Now, if you're coming over from ChatGPT, you definitely do not want to lose your history and context. Dan outlines this seamless memory import hack that takes literally less than 2 minutes. You just go to your Claude settings, hit Capabilities, and start the import. Claude actually gives you a prompt, you paste that over into ChatGPT to extract everything it knows about you, and then boom, you paste that output right back into Claude's memory. Just like that, the whole shebang, all your preferences and history is fully migrated.
With your memory loaded, you need to use the right engine for the right task. Why? Because picking the right model saves you serious time and money. You might want to take a screenshot of this breakdown. Haiku is your cheapest, fastest model. It's absolutely perfect for summarizing 50 pages of meeting notes in just seconds. Then you have Sonnet, which is basically your workhorse. It's the best option for everyday tasks like drafting perfectly toned emails. And Opus? That's your heavy lifter. When you need an AI to think deeply and find really complex patterns and metrics, Opus is the one you call. You can totally use adaptive mode to let Claude decide, but setting it yourself gives you ultimate control.
You know what else is a massive engine upgrade? How you actually input your information. Using voice mode on mobile or desktop lets you talk 3 times faster than you can type. I mean, think about it. You can have this messy, unstructured brain dump while you're driving, and Claude will flawlessly transcribe and organize those thoughts. It realizes exactly what you meant even if you're stumbling over your words. It completely takes the friction out of communicating with your AI. All right, moving right along to Phase 2, connecting your digital workspace. Now, what's really interesting about this step is that since your engine is upgraded and fully loaded, we're shifting from merely talking to the AI to truly integrating it into your daily business operations. The sheer power here lies in native integrations. Claude can connect directly to your Gmail, Google Calendar, Slack, Notion, GitHub, and Google Drive. By adding these connectors, Claude suddenly becomes a highly capable assistant. So instead of wrestling with Gmail's clunky search bar, you just ask Claude to securely search your inbox, find specific communications, summarize those endlessly long threads, and actually draft your replies for you. And you can take these connectors to an absolute genius level, especially with your calendar. You're not just using it to find free time anymore. Dan shares this incredible hack where you feed Claude your quarterly or annual goals, and then you literally tell it, analyze my calendar and email to see if I'm spending time on the right projects to achieve my goals. Suddenly, your basic calendar connector transforms Claude into a proactive executive business coach, analyzing your time management. How cool is that?
To keep all these insights neatly organized, you'll use a feature called Projects. Think of projects as dedicated folders that are preloaded with massive context. You drop in your brand guidelines, PDFs, internal documents, and system prompts. For example, if you upload transcripts of all your past coaching calls, you can ask Claude to search through them and find specific client stories that match a new challenge. It ensures Claude gives you perfectly tailored, deeply relevant answers every single time. And the best part? Your whole team can collaborate in that exact same space.
Which brings us to Phase 3, visualizing and creating apps.
Now this phase represents a massive leap. We are elevating you from a basic user who just reads text to a creator who builds fully interactive tools. And we start with artifacts. Artifacts change the game completely. They are actual working, interactive mini-apps generated right inside your chat window. You can literally ask Claude to build a sales tracking spreadsheet with editable columns for sales reps, status, and products. Instead of just giving you a list of instructions on how to make one in Excel, Claude instantly builds the actual functional tool right there in the chat. You can click around, edit data, and iterate on it live. It's wild.
And the visual capabilities certainly don't stop at spreadsheets. Enter Claude Design, a feature that essentially turns you into a world-class designer. You describe what you want, maybe it's a pitch deck, a landing page mockup, or even motion graphics, and you upload those brand guidelines we talked about earlier. Claude will visually extract framework, say from a book you've written, and create ready-to-use graphics that perfectly match your unique style in minutes. It completely streamlines the entire creative process.
But what if you want to build actual software? Well, consider this story. A 60-year-old, totally non-technical CEO named Todd locked himself in his office and built a custom dashboard app in 3 days using Claude Code. Claude Code acts as an AI software developer that works in plain English right in your terminal. You do not need to know how to code. You just need to know how to clearly articulate what you want the software to do. With this capability, literally anyone can become a software engineer.
Let's enter our final stage, Phase 4, automating your entire workflow.
This is the absolute pinnacle of the AI maturity model, true automation. This is where you learn how to delegate repetitive tasks entirely by creating your own digital twin. Let's see how this builds together using a desktop application called Cowork. When you grant it computer use permissions, Claude literally takes control of your mouse and keyboard to execute multi-step routines. You can tell it to pull last month's sales numbers from HubSpot, drop them into a Google Sheet, build a summary chart, and post it to the team's Slack channel before 9 a.m. on Monday. You literally sit there and watch the AI's hands doing the work on your screen while you go grab a coffee.
And it gets crazier because you don't even have to be at your desk to trigger this stuff. Using Claude Dispatch, you link your phone to the Cowork app via a QR code. Imagine you're out at dinner and suddenly realize you forgot to send a crucial update to your team. No problem. You simply text your computer at home via the app. Tell it to grab your pitch deck, email it to the team, and ask for feedback. Your desktop springs to life and handles the entire task remotely.
To make these automations flawless, you'll want to tap into the Claude Skills library. You can take any repeatable task you've perfected and turn it into a permanent skill, or you can just download thousands of open-source skills straight from GitHub. There are ready-made skills for legal review, financial analysis, HR screening, you name it. One of the absolute most popular ones is the Humanizer. It automatically scans your text and removes the 20 specific robotic writing patterns AI is notoriously known for, making everything sound completely natural and human.
Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you're thinking, I want to go even deeper, I want to plug these AI systems into every single department of my business, Dan Martell offered a fantastic resource in his source material. You can direct message the phrase AI business to his Instagram account. That's @Dan_Martell to receive his free AI company operating system playbook. It is a phenomenal next step for building on everything we've covered today. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with an incredibly empowering thought from our source material. AI is the only technology ever created that teaches you how to use it better. Think about that. If you get stuck on a setting or a connector or some terminal code, you literally just ask Claude to explain it to you. Implementing just one single hack from this 4-phase system puts you ahead of 99% of people who are still out there treating it like a basic search engine.
So, feeling a bit behind? That feeling is completely natural, but it absolutely shouldn't hold you back. The real question you need to ask yourself right now is, are you doing the work that will keep you ahead? Pick one connector, one artifact, or one automation and set it up today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time as we continue to break down the tools shaping our future.